Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome here to a Barcelona news roundup, and this does include today, this video, some really important transfer news that I needed to bring you guys, and that's why a bonus video coming up for you today. We are going to be discussing two former Barcelona players in the form there of Eric Garcia and Thiago Alcantara, both of which have been rumoured about a return to the club, but will either of those deals be happening this summer? We're also going to be talking there about a potential Barca player in the form of Lautaro Martinez. What's the latest right now on our pursuit of the Argentine striker? And finally, we're going to be talking about a current player too. Nelson Semedo is on the agenda and his long-term future at the club. It's all coming up in today's video. Let's do it. And if we do start first and foremost with Eric Garcia, because there has been plenty of speculation there linking the former La Masia centre-back to a return to the club that he left back in 2017. And I think Eric Garcia really is right now one of the most exciting young defenders in world football. I think certainly right now he's showing so much promise. He's now breaking in to the Man City team. But we have seen now for several weeks plenty of reports in the Spanish media linking him here with a return to Barca, appearing on the cover of several papers in the process. And that certainly continued, especially this week after Samuel Umtiti's most recent injury problem. And I think we can all agree that centre-back, that's an area that we have to be focusing on. We should be focusing on making a big signing there. And Eric Garcia would fit that bill. He'd be somebody there, of course, for the future, but also as well for the now. We need some improvements in that area of our team. But will it actually happen? Because with Eric Garcia's contract reportedly, according to the Spanish media, expiring there in 2021, there did appear to be some optimism within the club that Eric Garcia could really return and could be an option this summer. And not just an option, but also at a cut price from Man City, given the fact that also Eric Garcia left the club with quite a heavy heart, and he did seem to be open to a return. However, what I want to say about this is, despite what you may be hearing from the Spanish media, they seem very, very optimistic about some kind of deal. I just want to say, this is not going to be that simple. Man City, and not just Man City either, but Pep Guardiola are not going to give up that easily. And already we've seen that coming into effect. Because since football has restarted, Eric Garcia has become a much bigger part of Man City's plans, with Pep there placing a lot more faith in him, playing in matches there at the heart of their defence. And you only have to look at his recent performances. He started there against Arsenal in Man City's first game back after the break, and if it wasn't really for that nasty head injury that he suffered in that game, he would have, I think, been in the team ever since that match, because upon his return from injury, once again, straight back in the team. Man City's most recent game there against Liverpool of all people, that brilliant 4-0 win, and Eric Garcia had a fantastic game there, putting in a great performance. And again, after the game, Pep Guardiola absolutely incandescent that Eric Garcia is such a big player for him and such an exciting player for the future. He praised his intelligence for such a young player. He praised his attitude. He also said there that he played incredibly well against one of the best front threes in football right now in terms of Salah, Mane and Firmino. And Pep also confirmed there was plenty more game time to come because Eric Garcia, he says, deserves it in this team. And I think what we're seeing here is certainly there the interest in Barcelona playing a part in all this. I think if anything that's going to help Eric Garcia get the role that he wants at Man City. And now we're starting to see Pep playing him much more regularly with a view to doing the same next season. And I think right now it is going to be extremely difficult for Barcelona to get him out of City, with reports in England already claiming that Garcia will reject a move back to Barca and instead will treble his current salary to be earning there over £40,000 a week. And as much as I'd love to see Eric Garcia back at the club, and as much as we need a centre-back, this one for me, competing against Man City, competing against Pep, especially in our current state, it looks tough. Another former Barcelona player, of course, though, is Thiago Alcantara. He is on the agenda today, and unlike Eric Garcia, he does appear to be on the move this summer, because right now his contract situation at Bayern Munich is causing real problems, and he does seem to be on the verge of leaving in these coming weeks this summer. Because I did mention a week or so ago when we were closing in on the signing of Pjanic that potentially there a better option, and not only a better option, but also a cheaper option, would be Thiago Alcantara. Garica. His contract there expires now in less than a year's time, and for that reason, he was very much available, and his exit from the club has been pretty much confirmed just last night by Bayern's CEO. He said Thiago is looking to leave. He said, we don't want to lose a player for free next year. I can say that very clearly, so he would have to be sold. And like I say, having signed Pjanic now, it's unlikely we'd be going down the Thiago route. But I honestly believe here, he has been waiting these past few weeks, waiting for Barcelona to give him an offer. That hasn't come. Now we may not be an option. Liverpool are the front runners right now, and the fee that's being mentioned is just 35 million euros. He is 29. There's no denying that, of course, he is moving there towards his 30s, but this is a player who's still playing at the very, very top level. He's had a brilliant season in that Bayern team, and he'd be a fantastic signing for pretty much any club across world football. Speaking of big signings, though, we have to move on to Lautaro Martinez, and has been now quite some time since we have discussed this deal. There was, of course, a time during the lockdown where we were discussing Lautaro and Neymar every single day, but of course that has gone now a little bit quiet now football has returned. But I just want to say right now, this deal is becoming more and more and more unlikely as we go along. Barcelona still want to sign Lautaro, that much is absolutely clear. They've not given up here on their pursuit of the Argentine striker, but I've also got to say, he's not been doing so well either. There has been a few reports in Italy there that have basically questioned whether his head is in the right place after this interest from Barcelona. He's only scored once in his last 10 games for Inter, and some have accused him there of being distracted by those Barcelona rumours. But like I say, Barca do still want to sign him. They are still exploring how they can make that possible. And I just want to bring you again this very strange report which came out just a few days ago now from MD. We've heard it before. They basically say that between the 7th and the 15th of July, Lautaro Martinez's 111 million euro clause, that'll expire. That will be no more, and then Lautaro will have no release clause. And MD go on to say that Barcelona seem to have this sense of confidence that when that release clause expires, they'll be able to negotiate a cheaper price than that for Lautaro Martinez. And I just don't get that. I've said that before, and you guys absolutely agree with me. I don't understand that way of thinking. Because yes, the release clause will have expired, but that doesn't just mean that Inter then are going to give him away. That doesn't just mean then Inter are suddenly going to think, oh, well, you can have him now. It's not going to work like that. He's still a crucial part of their team. They still don't want to sell him. Regardless of that release clause, I think it'll actually become even harder to sign Lautaro without that clause there. And also, as you're about to see, Inter are building something very, very strong under Antonio Conte. Lautaro is key in their plans. And again on this one, it looks tough for me. And speaking of those plans from Inter, we do now move on to the future of Nelson Semedo there, tying in with that Lautaro Martinez deal, because we have heard a lot of exit rumours over the past few weeks about Nelson Semedo. He's one of the most valuable players Barcelona could actually sell this coming summer, and we have heard on a few occasions that he could be used there to bring down that price of Lautaro Martinez, either by being sold directly to Inter Milan or being used there as a cash plus exchange deal. However, that option is no longer available for Barcelona. Semedo will not be going to Inter this summer because they have now purchased Real Madrid's Hakimi. And that is an absolutely brilliant deal for Inter Milan. The deal there is worth between 40 to 45 million euros, and that seems like a fantastic price to get Hakimi. A young, exciting fullback there. I think he's going to be absolutely perfect for Antonio Conte's 5 at the back system, and that just means they're not in the market anymore for a right back. They don't need Semedo. They're not going to accept him there as part of that Lautaro deal, and that again for Barca provides another complication. This is a player in Semedo that if they are going to offload, they're going to look to get big money for him, but that Inter route, that's blocked now, that is not available. And another way, we cannot bring down Lautaro's price. It all seems complicated. There's plenty of decisions still to make. But that's the update right now on transfers. Eric Garcia, for me, it looks a tough one. Competing with Man City, competing with Pep, that is never going to be easy. And for the current board, they just can't do that. They are nowhere near able to do that right now in any capacity. And it's similar there with Lautaro, but in a different sort of way. Not only in terms of the project can we not compete, but more there financially. Lautaro still remains tough. But let me know your thoughts down below. Would you like to see Eric Garcia back at the club? And if you would, do you see it though as a genuine possibility? What are your thoughts there on Thiago leaving Bayern? Would you have gone for him if you were Barcelona? And finally there, the Lautaro deal. Would you still pursue it? Or would you be saying now, look, let's go down another route, maybe even look at another position? That's key. Let me know in the comments down below. Let's look forward now to Villarreal against Barcelona. Thanks for watching all the videos, guys. Thank you for your incredible support. And of course, I'll see you soon. But until next time, as always, Visca el Barça.